There's this one career-killing mistake that almost everyone makes, and it's probably not what you're thinking. It's not about missing a deadline or messing up a presentation. Nope. It's something much quieter, a seemingly harmless habit that can totally sabotage your career from the inside out. So today, we're going to break down exactly what it is and, more importantly, how you can avoid it.
So, let's talk about a guy named Marcus and his story, and it's probably going to sound a little too familiar. He had a really clear goal, and he did what a lot of us do. He shared it with a work friend he trusted. He just thought he was building a connection, But that one little conversation kicked off a chain reaction that quietly knocked his career off track. Let's dig into how that happened.
We call this an ambition leak. It's that moment when your best intentions, like sharing your goals, end up completely backfiring. And for Marcus, the fallout was, it was fast and it was sneaky.
Just look at how fast this all went down. Week 1, it's just a casual chat between friends. By week 2, that chat has already made its way through the office grapevine and landed on his manager's desk. And then, week 3, the consequences get real. A big project, the perfect kind of thing to set him up for that senior role, is suddenly given to someone else. So what really happened here?
Well, from his manager's point of view, this wasn't personal at all. It was just business. She heard Marcus might be on his way out, so her priority instantly shifted to keeping the team stable. She started managing around him, right? Redirecting those key opportunities to people she saw as being more committed. Just like that, Marcus went from being an asset to a flight risk, and the system started to protect itself against him leaving.
See, this goes way deeper than just office gossip. There's a fundamental principle at play here. Inside any organization, not all information is treated the same. And understanding that difference, it's absolutely crucial for your career.
We call this specific kind of info ambition information. And it's not just small talk about your weekend plans. No, this is the actual blueprint of your professional future. And the second that blueprint is out there, it stops being your information. It becomes something that the organization's logic is going to process.
And here's the key difference you've got to understand. Normal social chatter, that's social glue. It builds rapport. But ambition information, that's a whole different beast. It is never neutral. The moment you share it, it's not about your intentions anymore. It activates the system's logic. And that leads to 2 very specific, very bad consequences.
And these consequences are called information asymmetry and triangulation. I know, they sound kind of academic, but trust me, they have very, very real effects on your day-to-day work life.
Okay, first up, information asymmetry. Think about it like this. When you keep your plans to yourself, you're the one holding all the cards. You have the advantage. You can get ready, you can make your move, and no one sees it coming. But the moment you leak your ambition, that advantage completely flips.
Just look at this shift. Before the leak, you were in the driver's seat. You're building your case, you're getting new skills, all in private. After the leak, the organization has your playbook. They know what you're going to do, and they can start managing around you, redirecting things. You've literally just handed them all of your leverage.
And the second consequence is even trickier. It's called triangulation. Once people know what you're aiming for, they can't unsee it. Everything you do from that point forward gets interpreted through this new filter.
All of a sudden, your normal behavior gets read totally differently. Are you enthusiastic in a meeting because you're engaged, or are you just putting on a show for that promotion? You ask your boss a simple question. Are you just trying to get clarity, or are you angling for something? You lose that simple, powerful benefit of just being seen as a good, competent person doing their job, and this creates this constant, invisible friction that you can't even quite put your finger on.
So what was the final cost for Marcus? 8 months. It took him 8 months longer to get that senior role he wanted. 8 months of having to rebuild his credibility, fighting this perception that he was already halfway out the door. He had to work twice as hard, all because he gave away his most valuable asset, his information, way too soon.
Okay, so how do we keep this from happening to you? The lesson here isn't to be paranoid or to never trust anyone. It's about being strategic. It's about understanding the power of timing. So let's walk through the new playbook.
If you remember one thing from this, make it this. Silence is not a weakness. It's a structural advantage. It gives you the space and time you need to prepare, to build your case, and to choose the exact right moment to show your cards, which is, ideally, when you already have all the leverage you need. So here it is, the 4-step playbook. Step 1, identify your goal. Get super specific. Step 2, and this is the most important part, Build in silence. This is when you do the work. You get that certification, you lead that side project. Step 3, become the obvious choice. Let your results do all the talking so that when the role opens up, you are the only person who makes sense for it. And finally, step 4, reveal with leverage. You only announce what you want when the move is pretty much a done deal, and the advantage is all yours.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? You're not hiding, you're preparing. You are working to close that gap between what you want and the proof that you deserve it. So by the time you finally say what you want, it's not really an announcement. It's just a confirmation of what everyone can already see. There's nothing left for them to second guess.
So I want you to think about your own career for a second. Have you ever had one of these ambition leaks blow back on you? Look, understanding this isn't about being secretive. It's about being smart and strategic. It's about recognizing that in the workplace, your ambition is your most valuable asset. So the real question is, are you protecting it?